Yes, the rumors are true. After living in Copenhagen now for more than 30 years, I have moved to the suburbs. You see this house right here? So that's not my house. Had you asked me a year ago if I could ever live in the suburbs, I would have said, no, fuck foxes in my house, thank you. But I was wrong, and it's not the first thing I was ever wrong about, nor is it the last. Kids think they know everything, and as a young teenager, I was no exception. Some of the misconceptions I had about art and life in general didn't exactly help me in my journey. If anything, these limiting beliefs slowed me down and took me on long detours to the career that I have now. Today, I want to take a somewhat painful trip down memory lane to what beliefs I used to have but have now changed my mind on. Number one, I'm born with whatever talent I have. You can train and get better. Sure, I had a knack for drawing as a kid even, but I still saw an explosive growth when I started taking on illustration work and drawing every day. I also used to think that drawing from reference was somehow cheating, that everything had to come from my own brilliant mind. Wrong! First off, I'm not that brilliant, and second, I don't get better at drawing cars or houses or lawn chairs or anything just by trying to conjure up the images in my mind. In fact, it just made me frustrated with the entire process and my art suffered. Had I taken the advice that I got of drawing from life, it would have gotten me to where I needed to go a lot faster. 2. You can't make a living from art. Sure you can. It's not easy, but people do it, myself included. When I was a kid, I just didn't know anybody who made a living from their creative skills, and my parents didn't see that as an option either. So at an early age, I just kind of kicked that ambition to the curb. That was a big mistake, and it cost me years trying to fit in at university and later at the School of Architecture, where I used to hide my illustration work under my floor plan drawings whenever the teacher walked by. I know, very mature, right? When I finally did accept my fate as an illustrator and comics artist, I had already been doing the work for a decade, just mostly without getting paid. 3. Drawing for others sucks. Wait, that's actually true. No, that's wrong. While illustration work certainly can suck at times, it also makes you stretch your creative muscles and become a better artist. And illustration work can potentially pay the bills. As a teen, I only wanted to draw my own stuff, and everything else felt like homework. Just like my misconception about not being able to make a living from drawing, I think I used this particular belief as an excuse not to pursue illustration work. Likely because I was scared of failing, of not being good enough. But guess what? Being on a deadline and getting paid to draw not only forces you to up your game, it also builds confidence. You need that to be creative, to keep chugging along even during periods of doubt, when you've reached a certain plateau as an artist or when you're just between jobs. Misconception number 4. If I could just sit and draw all day, I'd be happy. Nope, there's more to life than work, and while I do enjoy my work, it's still work. I rarely draw for fun these days. In recent years, I've figured out that I'm not so interested in the drawing itself. I want to tell stories. I don't really care if I have to draw them or not. Sometimes it involves drawing, but mostly not. Now I'm thinking if I could just sit and write all day, I'd be happy. But that's probably not true either. Which leads me to my last teenage misconception. I just want to create. I don't care if there's an audience for it or not. While that sounds kind of virtuous or idealistic, it's just not true. Could you keep it down? I'm trying to record a video here. I don't think about the audience in a cynical way. I don't try to adjust my stories to fit the market or whatever. But at the same time, I don't create just for my own sake, because then I would put it in a drawer like some teenage diary. I want my content to reach people. I want my stories to be read. I want to be able to pay the bills doing something that I'm good at, something that matters to me. So I do care if there's an audience. In this case, that's you. So thank you so much for watching and letting me tell you about some of the ways I was wrong in the past. I really do feel like we can learn way more from our mistakes than our successes. Hope it gave you some insight as well, so you can maybe challenge some of your own limiting beliefs and get you to where you want to go without taking the same detours as me. So join me back here for another video on this topic in 10 years when I learned what things I'm wrong about today.